Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. A few sort of last minute tech problems, but I think we are all there. So, good evening, adventurers. It's fantastic to have you back again on Twisted Narrative for another, hopefully epic chapter of our D&D actual play. Tonight we'll be delving deeper into the Dangerous Dungeons of Thar, and we need your help to make it an unforgettable experience. As you know, we are preparing for our 24-hour charity marathon, and we've got some cool rewards in effect allow you to play with the party members lined up for you, involving supporting all of these wonderful causes that you can see on the stream up there. Thank you very much for the sub there, whoever you are, Leprechaun 1976, but I really appreciate it. As a big thumbs up to you. You are a legend. Before we start the adventure, let's meet our incredible cast. Players, say hello and please introduce your characters. I think we'll start off with Leprechaun 1976. Oh, gave it away there.
Hi, I'm Ian.
Tell us a little bit about your character who you'll be playing. Hello, have we?
Thank you for out.
Oh, that's it. We've broken it already. I said we were having some tech problems. Okay, we'll move across to you, Kyle.
Greetings, salutations, one and all. It's Kyle. We'll be returning to Alfred the Lawbard tonight.
Very nice. And then you, Natascha.
Hi, I'm Natascha. Still from the Netherlands, still living there. And I'll be playing Shautha, the half-orc fighter.
Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, Michael.
Hello, I'm Michael, and I'll be carrying on playing my Hill Dwarf Ranger by the name of Alder once I've checked how many arrows I have left. Oh, not enough. That's cool.
It's going to be part of the game, this slow but sudden, steady descent into lack of items. So, we've introduced our characters. We seem to have lost Wispyn. He's created an illusion of himself at the moment and once again sloped off up to some mischief. Let's talk about the rules very, very quickly for tonight's adventure, just so that any viewers watching kind of wondering what the hell we are doing. This is a play test for the 24-hour charity D&D stream that we've been doing at the moment. The characters, the players here won't be using these characters as such, and we will be doing a sort of session 0 towards the end of this stream. But we're going to go pure and retro, sticking to the core 5e rules, the 3 core books, no variant rules, just classic D&D. But as always, we are all about homebrew and the rule of cool, so watch out for those spicy moments as we go. And during the session 0 that we're doing later, introducing the characters that will be taking part, initially anyway, for the charity stream, we'll be going over donation rewards as well. We are waiting for Ian to log back on. He must have had a internet crisis. But while we do, let us do a recap on what happened previously. Of course, if you are not interested in listening to the recap and want to watch it for yourselves, if you've not already watched it, you can catch up There are both sessions on both Twitch and YouTube now. We'd also like to do a quick shout out before we do the recap to our mods. Hopefully Jack and Adrien are about somewhere keeping us safe. I do a big shout out as well to Nightshades, who's just said hello and evening in chat. So, our fine adventurers, can any of you remember what on earth happened previously, or would you prefer me to do that for you?
We had a fight with a couple of chickens, and 2 of them fought on my head.
Okay, I will translate that. You was looking for the entrance to the Dungeons of Thar. You came across a statue covered in guano. You were attacked by 2 cockatrices, one of which that attempted to mate with your mohawk. Failed. One got away, the other 2 slaughtered. You came into the dungeon itself. You explored it, finding that a number of other adventurers had travelled ahead of you and had died horrifically in a number of terrible ways. Finding an alchemist's workshop covered in crystal, you went about smashing it up, aggravating some motes of arcane power. They attacked. Your noise drew the attentions of the surviving members of this outlaw group. They wanted to talk rather than fight, having suffered many losses already. You spoke with them, discovered a secret door, and as they slept, you left through the secret door and carried on your explorations. You found a prison block. There you found one of the lost adventurers, the one in fact that they had thought had been disintegrated. It seems it was all a little bit of a misunderstanding, but now you discovered that the trap wasn't one of disintegration but of teleportation, that crossing a certain threshold would instantly move the person setting off the teleportation into the trap, the prison cells themselves. You returned to the well where you saw some spider webbing down. You attempted your best to tease them out. It wasn't very good. They came out, they were hungry, you slaughtered them. You investigated down the well, finding a few other things, then emerged, taking the passageway north. You could see that the passageway rapidly came to an end in an alcove, but Wispyn, wherever Wispyn is now, I think they are about to return. Wispyn discovered that the wall ahead of you was actually a glamour. You eventually managed to disbelieve it and headed through the illusionary wall into yet another chamber, an antechamber this time, that there were 2 sturdy doors closed, double doors. And I believe that is roughly where we left it. Welcome back, Wispyn, by the way.
Thank you. I had to cast Power Word Reboot
Yes.
on my return.
It's okay. This is what the test is for. On the day, 24 hours, sleep deprivation. There's going to be absolutely no problems. No problems at all. It'll be silky smooth. You heard it here first. So, would anybody like to add to that little recap?
We did meet a guy who was locked up in a cell because he got teleported there.
Yes.
From the hallway that we're now inspecting, I think.
I believe I mentioned that. Did I mention that? No, I didn't mention that at all about the man in the thing teleportation trap not being disintegrated. Please don't
You
do
mentioned
this.
that there was you mentioned that that was what it was, but not that there was a chap in there and various hands attacking people
So
and gothy rings.
I didn't say the words who had been thought to be disintegrated, but had been teleported instead. It's okay. I'm questioning myself now. I am literally. If you do this to me on the 24-hour game, I'm not going to know who I am, where I am, or anything else.
Sorry.
I would like to point out all of this is on video, so I am going to watch it back. Okay, so you did find.
So probably we should take off the options of a $5 to wind up the GM
Yeah.
by saying as an
you-
option. It's charity, but there's only so much we can.
It's okay. We can add that reward if you want. Yeah, you did find someone that had been imprisoned who had activated the teleport trap. One of the adventurers that was presumed to be disintegrated, but in fact had been teleported there. You also found a body in one of the other prisons that you got some rich rewards from, including a ring that is now turning you, Shautha, into some kind of
Goth.
gothic inspired, loving half-orc champion fighter. I'm just not going to ask you if there's anything else in the future. That's just the quickest way of doing it. Okay, so you are in this chamber, a set of double doors ahead of you. They look important. They are incredibly well made, stone, but embossed with precious metals, sort of coppers and the like, not platinums or anything like that. So, what would you all like to do?
I think Wispyn's gonna go up and stand by the door and examine it a little more closely to see if he can figure out if it's real or not. We've already been struck by some glamours in this place, so it might be that they're trying to disguise its true nature.
Sounds good. What do you propose? As in,
What do I do?
Yeah. You give me a description of what you want to do, and what, off the back of that, what sort of type of skill check you would like to make. That kind of thing, really.
Well, these guys have travelled with me for quite a while, so they would know that the way that Wispyn smells out illusions is he literally smells out illusions. So he starts to sniff around the parts of the door, trying to get up as close as he can to the keyhole. He's only small, so he doesn't get very high. And basically, uses his nose to investigate what is going on.
Shautha offers to lift you up to the right height if should you so need.
Oh, I am the right height, but you can certainly lift me higher than my right height. That's more than acceptable. Thank you very much, Shautha.
Okay, so you do that and you begin to examine these doors. Are you proposing an Arcana check?
I can do Arcana, yeah, absolutely.
Give me an Arcana check roll.
Oh, just an 11.
11's okay. You're fairly confident these are not illusions, that they are indeed proper doors. But the doors themselves, even with your Arcana roll of 11 there, you seem to sense the way that this embossed, this kind of inlay of bronze is, it's protective. You think that there is magic on these doors. Being a specialist, you don't think it's illusionary, but without detect magic, you were unsure exactly what type of magic it is. Big shout out to Jack, who is helping moderate. Hi in chat there.
Alfred, are you able to find out what magic is on this door? There's definitely something there, but I can't tell, and I don't have the right stuff with me to figure it out.
Oh, very well. Expertise is always needed at the critical moment, isn't it?
That's what you keep telling
Yeah.
yourself.
I'm going to write you into a horrible situation after this. I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay, very nice. Are you you don't seem to be under pressure here. Are you ritually going to cast it, or are you just going to expend a spell slot?
I think with that comment, it's going to be a nice quick spell slot to Detect Magic.
Okay, very nice. So you suddenly bring up your sight, and you can see the weaves of magic in all of its colours. Some people perceive seeing magic as auras, but no. To you, it is like strings, knots, like a tapestry of sorts. Each colour of thread representing a different school of magic, and the majority of threads binding the magic to this set of doors is red, undoubtedly evocation.
Fascinating. Well, it's definitely offensive. The evocation school, I would suggest, as our foremost magical expert, when you open the door.
Do you mean that? I've never heard you call me the foremost magical expert before. You normally reserve that for yourself. Have I been promoted?
Oh, no. But unfortunately, I need to paint this lovely weave while I'm sorting it out, so you do the mundane work.
Like open the door?
Yes, it will probably hurt if you do.
Then I'm not going to.
I got a really big door opener if you want me to hit it.
You mean your skeleton key?
Yeah, my huge skeleton key called Mole.
It might hit you back. What Alfred is saying is true.
But at least you've hit it, to be fair.
True.
At least there's some given. Any other way, it's like I'm going to touch you. Oh, I'm on fire. That's just one way. This way, at least you get to hit it.
Did we find
Was it like
keys on the
strong
way?
magic or weak magic? I mean, we know the type of magic, but
Oh, the
will
red
it set the entire
threads.
hallway on fire, or?
The red threads are thick, strong, many, numerous.
Yes. Red has such a fiery passion. It's not minor magics.
Oh, in that case, maybe the skeleton key is not a good option, and it needs higher magic, like
Did we not
Wispyn.
find a key?
Yes, down the well, I believe.
Yeah. Thought we did. Does the key look like it would be the right fit for this door, Andy? Does it hold
No.
a similar... No?
Unfortunately not. You're not even entirely certain that these doors are locked. You can't really see that there's a keyhole here. That's probably a good giveaway that the key's not used for this door. I mean, it could be barred from the other side, though, obviously, or stuck or jammed. But there is definitely, I mean, the heavy door's made of stone, embossed with metal, and magically protected with evocation magic.
Okay, stand back, everybody. Get back 30 feet.
You want me to see if I can follow the weave along to try and identify a trigger? It's unlikely, but I can give it a go.
I was going to push it with my magical hand, but it's up to you.
I imagine these doors are a bit beyond your magical hand, but if you want to give it a go.
Unless you've got an enhanced mage hand, I believe £5 is it £5 or £10 for a mage hand?
Good question.
5, I think.
The doors are normally on hinges, so
They are, but I don't know. A bit like the
£10.
£10, 10 bags of sugar. These are stone doors embossed with metal. You could certainly give it a go.
Well, I will give it a go, because if there is some kind of magic, it might trigger with me trying to push it anyway with it, even if I don't manage to push it open. Just the attempt at doing it might trigger what we need. So yeah.
Before we try all that stuff, is the embossment on the stone door a pattern or a word or?
It's a pattern. You examine it. It's old. It's weathered. There are stains, water stains, and lichen, and it's chipped. But you begin to examine it at length. Give me a perception roll, Shautha. Oh, very nice. At first, it doesn't mean a lot to you, but as you sort of, it's like one of those magic eye pictures, you kind of stare at it and stare at it. You kind of try and close one eye and change your perceptions of it. And eventually, on 3 doors, you get these swirling concentric circles. It kind of looks like balls of fire, as if they would be coming out towards you. There's 3 on the left door and 3 on the right door.
At the back of the chamber, opposite the door,
Yeah.
are there any scorch marks?
Yes, there are. But it's
Okay,
not.
don't stand in that.
So with the perception roll that you got, it's kind of strange. This most definitely wasn't a fireball. It's almost like a number of different small, perhaps minute meteors came out. A total of 6, in fact.
But the marks are only in line with the door itself. There isn't any other marks in the chamber.
They look like they have swirled round the room rather than just shooting directly forward. Kind of almost like homing missiles.
Okay. Maybe I won't push the door.
So, you want to see if I can find the trigger?
You can?
I can try. Can I spend some time studying it to see if there's any particular place these threads
Yeah, I believe
lead
your
to?
detect magic lasts for 10 minutes.
Yep.
So this isn't going to be an easy thing for you to do. It's not a 6-second action, but you can make a single roll if you want. Will have to be Arcana, I think, because you can see the threads absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah, give
No.
us a
9.
total of
9.
9. Okay. So yeah, the trigger mechanism undoubtedly is the doors opening. The doors appear to push inward. Of course, the magic doesn't come directly from the doors, but the threshold itself. There will either be a command word or the trigger being not a certain person, perhaps. If you could find that command word, then you would be sweet.
Did we notice any lintels or carvings? I mean, the whole dungeon is full of these name of these two brothers, obviously. Would one of them work? The mage, because it's fireball, so the mage brother.
You mean say his name to pass?
Yeah, like blah blah. I command the open.
Is his name blah blah?
I'm a dumb soldier. I follow commands. I don't make them up.
There are still 2 corridors we could explore that may give us some indication. I could spend a bit of time to redo the spell, and we can try certain words, and I can watch for any reaction.
We could, try and find if they've handily noted down what the command word is somewhere.
I mean, it's common
Maybe
practice
somewhere
with
we've
wizards. They constantly forget their special command words and always hide their notes somewhere, normally in their personal chambers.
That's why they have to have spell books, isn't it? They keep forgetting.
Or maybe
See,
if
I
a
have,
wizard didn't do it, certainly Shautha has told you who might do it, for there are 2 brothers here. So just as
I definitely think we try and find where they might be. If there is an area for the other brother, he might have written it down and put it in a drawer.
Yeah. So there is, you know this because you've walked past multiple statues. There's Eldrathar, who's the wizard, and Barathar, who's the fighter.
You were very close with blah blah. Very, very close.
I know.
There's
Very
Barathar statues on the
familiar.
east.
Say again.
Were Barathar statues on the east? Or the west?
Yes, the Barathar was on the east, Eldrathar was on the west. So one to the right, one to the left. Of course, the passageway to the right is where someone got disintegrated.
Yes, but the map we found indicated there was traps in both corridors.
Oh, you found a map, did you? I'm pleased that you remember that. The good news is for the 24-hour event, you won't have 2 weeks in between sessions, so it'll make it a lot easier. When there's no sleep, you'll remember everything.
So if we think, well, depends whether we think the wizard or the warrior is more likely to write things down. But either way, if we backtrack, it seems safer than running headfirst into something we know will try and kill us.
I agree.
Perfect. So the good news is you can move through this illusionary wall now without issue, because you now know it's an illusionary wall. Okay, so you move back from this chamber through the wall back to the corridor. The corridor goes east and west. East is obviously to the right, where all the statues of the warriors were. West is to the left, where all the statues of the wizard were.
Any of the statues
Sorry, you go ahead.
Was any of the statues of the wizards, are they holding books or anything?
Yeah, the statues were doing wizardly things, holding books, heroic poses with wands and staffs and the like.
Would you hide a password in a stone book, do you think?
I can look at the nearest statue that has a book to see if there's anything written on the stone page that he's opened it on.
Okay, do you want to do that?
Yep.
So you make your way back to the entrance hallway with all of the alcoves, and the second one down, he's standing there, he has a book open, and as you sort of clamber to try and get a look, it's not particularly difficult for you because of your size. You do see that something is inscribed upon it, but again, very much like the door, it's faded. You don't need to do a roll for this though, as you sort of clean it off carefully, and you see inscripted in common, "Ha ha, made you look."
I go back and I say, there was text on the book, but it's of no use.
You sure?
You
What did
sure?
it say?
It says, "Ha ha, made you look."
That's a really good password.
Yes.
It's several, I think. Well, it's more than one word anyway.
Is it a single word we think triggers the door?
I don't know, you're the clever one.
Enchantment could be a phrase, it could be bound to a signature, blood. There's many options it could be.
You could try
So-
it.
How long have you got left with your weird sight thing?
I'm guessing with the investigation to the door, not long, if at all.
No, it passed with that. You obviously would have to cast it again if you wanted to utilise it.
I can cast it again, or we could spend 10 minutes and it would be less costly.
Is it worth us checking the other statues? Maybe the statues of the warrior. Maybe he's got something in a shield written. Because if I was carrying a password, I'd want it somewhere that was easy for me to see. So I go, oh, it's that.
Perhaps you have
Shautha
a look
stomps
now.
back down the hallway and starts reading to see if she can find any writing on any of the other 9 statues. I think 7 statues.
Give me a perception roll. Oh, fantastic. Very good. So, it takes you a little bit of a time, but it seems really that Wispyn was right. You kind of find that there's a statue of Barathor with a shield out, and there seems to be some inscription on the inside of it. It's very awkward though. It's one of the reasons for the perception roll to do it. And you kind of look in, and it's very small this time as you sort of lean round, and somewhat awkward as well. And
When it gets a little bit difficult, I just shout, "Wispyn!"
What? We found something. I'll come, quickly.
Yeah, but I need you to read it. So basically, by the scruff of his neck, I lift up Wispyn and sort of put him in between the shield so he can actually read the text that's there.
yeah.
I keep telling you, you don't have to lift me by the scruff of my neck. There is a perfectly reasonable part of my coat you can lift me from. That bit's hairy and it hurts.
Without putting you down, she shifts her grip to the coat, like, throwing you a little bit up in the air and then catching you with the right bit of clothing.
That's better, thank you.
So you sort of lean down into this, and it's very, very small script on the sort of the strap that the arm sort of goes on, and it just
it's the right size for you to read.
And it simply says, "I can't believe you fell for it again."
Right, we've got 2 passwords now. He's very good at these things. It's the kind of things that would put people off, right? Maybe we have to combine them both. Do you think?
So
Which way
one
round
door
would it
would
be?
be haha made you look, and the other one, I can't believe you fell for it again.
I'm more thinking you combine it into one passphrase, but I'm undecided whether it's haha I made you look, I can't believe you fell for it again, or I can't believe you fell for it again, haha you made me look. That would be wrong. Made you look would be the right thing.
Must have been a divination wizard to know which one we looked at first.
Can you make new words of these letters? I'm not very good at that game, but I know it exists.
Anagram.
They're going to be perfect for
No.
sort of 3 o'clock in the morning.
No consonants. No consonants, unfortunately. Unless it's orc. Do you know any orcish words with no consonants?
What do you mean? There's ha has 3, 2.
Oh, you mean all of the letters together to
Yeah,
create
not
a
just
word?
the ones that
Not just.
are the words.
Oh, okay. I might be here for some time.
Also,
Okay.
U has a consonant it starts with. Twice. There's 2 Y's in there already.
Right, well, while countdown's
Again,
taking place,
starts with a consonant.
Alder is going to head back through the wall, which he had no problem getting through earlier,
Yeah.
poke his head through and shoot an arrow at the door.
Okay. Ka-tink. Sort of bounces off. Good news is it doesn't break. You're not down 1 arrow. Certainly striking the door doesn't trigger the spell, which is good news.
Wow. The investigation's going off. Can I begin a ritual cast of detect magic?
Yep, you can do that. You begin to get the feeling that these warlords, the mage and the fighter, are far more proficient at guarding themselves than simply leaving the passwords at the front entrance of the door. I know it's a nice thought. I know it's the kind of thing no one would ever do, so therefore it is quite obviously the thing that should be done. But it doesn't seem that that is indeed the case here.
So we suspect there to be rooms either on the left hallway or the right hallway or both. The left one wasn't tried yet. The one on the right, so towards the east. Yeah, east. That's the one that disintegrated the guy, right?
That's correct. Just to clarify, you haven't been down either of the corridors.
No, because we know there would be traps on the corners, basically in the corners when they turn north.
Perfect.
At least that's what my map said, I think.
My intent is to have a look at them once my ritual is complete and see if we can bypass it.
Okay. So you cast your ritual. Takes you a little bit of time, but once again you begin to see the threads of magic. And as you make your way up to there, you can not detect the illusionary wall, because the very nature of illusions hide the fact that they are magical. Otherwise, a detect magic would find invisible things, etc., etc. But as you look down, you can see that, yes, there is a glyph on both sides here. It's covering the entire corner of the floor of the passageway, but you don't need to do a roll to know that you could quite simply jump over it without triggering it.
Okay. I'll walk over to the edge of it, just do my best to point it out exactly where it overlies and ask how people feel about jumping. with the consequence of failing, having to walk all the way back around the corridor.
Yeah, Shautha will jump first.
Okay, it's a simple step, really, less than a jump. No athletics needs to be done, as long as you know where you are stepping, as you easily clear it and you land. And you can see that the corridor goes up about 20 feet and then branches to the east again.
I wait for everyone to come through before I start moving down.
Perfect. Are you all going to follow?
Yep.
Perfect. So again, no real difficulty as you navigate past this. You head up north. It turns east for maybe about another 15, 20 feet. We'll say 20 feet, so not to destroy your mapping. And then it heads north 10 feet and ends in a single door.
Any more glyphs that you can see?
No, but what you can see is the door is framed with this beautiful sort of arch and a keystone. I mean, it was beautiful back in the day. Now, again, it is fallen into ruination. And it has the motifs that of some kind of warrior. Your detect magic does not detect anything magical about it, though, Alfred.
Now this is perfect for your skeleton key then, if it's not locked already.
I will try and see if it's locked. Like turning the handle and trying to push it or pull it, whichever way the hinges go.
Okay, are you just trying to open the door, or are you trying to investigate the door? There is subtleties.
When he said there were no glyphs, Shautha will just try the door. Like anything that's non-magical is, well, non-magical.
Okay.
Like she doesn't care about it.
Very good. So you sort of turn the handle and try and open this door. It sticks a little. You think it's just to do with age and everything else, but certainly it is not trapped. Eventually, quite easily with your strength, you push this door open. It does open inwards, and you can see that there is a chamber beyond. The chamber boom, boom, boom. The chamber was once easily seen to be the personal quarters of a warrior, now forgotten. The room is cobwebbed and dust has gathered on the floor. A large bed is pushed against one wall, along with a weapons rack and an armory full of rusted and dull swords and other weapons. There are some shield decorations as well. The walls are adorned with tapestries depicting battle scenes, but are again now faded and torn. As you force your way into the room, nothing. You don't disturb anything. You might disturb some, perhaps vermin. Some things scuttle away, but beyond that, you don't see anything else in here.
Is there a mummified dead body on the bed by any chance?
I'm not sure what makes you think that, but no, there's no mummified dead body on the bed. Sorry.
Cool. Warriors don't die in bed, they die on the battlefield.
Good.
No,
I
that's
thought you were
always.
just. Yeah. If they're really good warriors.
Or just a bit late getting up,
Yeah.
and then become late because they don't get up. Moving on.
It's a different way of
Any-
looking, different kind of perspective, a wizard's perspective and a warrior's perspective.
Any desks or books in this room, or
No, that's pretty much it. The warrior, quite obviously, was not a scholarly type in any way, shape, or form. This is the room of someone that liked physicality. There is perhaps some weights that they might have sort of trained with. There is a collection of weapons and of shields. But
are there
beyond,
any that haven't rusted or rotted away?
everything looks in a terrible state, as if they've been here for not just decades, but maybe a century. Of course, maybe if you've opened the door properly now, the rest of your companions can see in. And Alfred, none of your magical sight picks up anything untoward either.
Shautha flicks her bangs to one side and says, "Let's blow, this scene is dead."
Hey, wait. We got. Go on, Kyle.
We found several hidden doors within this complex already. It might be worth a check. However, bearing that in mind, I am limited on my spell. I wouldn't mind getting a look at the other door and room before it expires.
Maybe we were given a hint earlier where we saw that word written on a particular shield. Maybe it's hidden in plain sight and a word's on a shield in this room.
Hope
Well,
not
if you
the
want to
shield
go
block.
look at the other door, I'm happy to look at shield. I think that's about my level. Nope.
Are we splitting the party?
I guess so. Shautha will move to the other corridor and make sure everyone that followed her gets safely across the glyph in the corner.
Perfect.
And then we'll walk down the corridor.
So the corridor matches the other corridor quite symmetrically. It goes up and it goes to the west this time, and then it goes up to a final door, the same way that the other one went to the east. This time, though, the arch is again in ruination, but depicts wizardly pursuits.
No glyphs?
You can't determine any magic on this door.
Not on the door.
Shautha will open the door.
Okay, you open the door. As you open this door, we will flash back to Wispyn and Alder. So it's taken you some time to sort of go down, along, around and up. So you have a good few minutes of time to fill, Alder and Wispyn. What are you two doing in this warrior's chamber?
Do you really think it's written on one of these?
It'd be a good double bluff, wouldn't it? So you put something, but then you're leading you to realise where it possibly could be, so you overlook it. You never know. These wizards, and I know, are tricksy sorts.
Right. Shield 1.
Okay, so you begin to sort of look at these shields. You're investigating them, so give us an investigation roll. It's not particularly challenging in terms of if you're just looking for something written onto the back of them, but the roll will determine the speed of which you can sort of do this.
I'll aid you.
Well, I mean, if it's a brain thing, I'm happy to aid you.
Okay, no worries.
Don't think. So you go for it. I'll hold things up, and you have a good squint at it.
Let's see then. Let's give it a go. Why has it done that?
I guess you might have pressed
That's
2d20 or
just to point
Yeah.
out when you're investigating things and looking for glyphs. Why is it done that? Is not the greatest thing for the other person to do.
It's because you're holding
Can you?
shields up, not down.
I think I have to do that. I got a 10. I've realised for some reason it rolled it blind for me. But I got a 10 overall.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you begin to look through this. There's quite a few shields. I mean, it's beyond wonderment why someone needs so many shields, but it has this collection of them. But as you go through them, there doesn't appear to be any kind of writing on them at all. In fact, any kind of writing in this room, there's no signs that this was a sort of scholarly knight, more of a brutal fighter.
It
So,
appears as though he did not trust his brother at all. Interesting.
okay, that takes you some time, so we will once again flash across to the other. The door is pushed open, and you basically see the chamber is kind of the exact opposite to what you saw across the other way. This is a bedroom, yes, but it's not in the worst of conditions. But there's something else as you step into the wizard's chamber. It begins to feel unnaturally oppressive, and the room is bathed in a dim, ethereal light, emanating from what appears to be a floating orb of light, casting distorted shadows that flicker across bookshelves and alchemical tables. The air is thick with the tinge of arcane power, and the faint smell of incense and decay lingers. Bookshelves are cluttered with arcane tomes, and they line the walls, but many of the books have crumbled with age or have been hastily shoved aside in favour of strange arcane experiments. In the centre of the room lies a summoning circle, still faintly pulsating with residual magical energy. It's surrounded by arcane rooms, some of which glow faintly. The circle, once a tool for summoning beings from other planes, you believe, Alfred, is the focus of this dark magic. You see that conjuration is the strong thread here, but there is also corruptive, almost necromantic magic. And at first glance, it seems inactive, but of course you do have your detect magic activated, and you realise that it is not. It is alive.
A string of curse words.
What?
Shout for everyone to join us. Yep, that thing's still active. It's summoning.
Wait, the summoning circle is now summoning something?
You just know it's active, whether it has already summoned something or it doesn't appear to be in this room, not that you can see anyway, but you are absolutely acutely aware that your detect magic doesn't detect illusions or invisibility.
It's not well, I can't tell if it's actively summoning, but the link between the two places is active. Anything could be here and could step through. They could be invisible right behind us, and unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Is there anything on the bed? Does it look like there's an indentation in the blankets or?
You have a look around. You can't see anything without an actual investigation or paying attention, not from the door. This light is confusing, distorting your perceptions.
How large is the room?
It's a good sort of 20 foot by 20 foot, with the door being kind of in the center of the wall. Can you both give me perception rolls, please?
Okay. My intent is now to cast Fairy Fire in the room. Perception.
You roll first.
Okay. +3. 20 total.
Well, that is good.
9 total.
Okay. So with a 20, just as you are looking, you're quite obviously the intelligent one here, Alfred. You see something small, no, not small, tiny, something that is in the air. At first you kind of think maybe an invisible one of those motes, it's so small. And then I would like you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. See. Oof. An 11.
An 11. Bum, bum, bum. Yes, unfortunately, the spell save DC is 12 for this creature. You don't know what happens next, Shautha. One moment, Alfred is there. You only got a 9 on your perception. You're kind of looking around. And the next moment, he is gone. Not so much disintegrated, just gone. I would like you both to roll initiatives, but Alfred, your initiative has changed now.
Okay.
So just give me a moment. I think we can all roll initiatives, even you with the shields in there, because you might get called through. So if everybody rolls initiatives, it will just speed things up.
I got a 14.
Okay, so Shautha is 14. Alder?
15.
15 for Alder. Alfred? Oh, no,
I mean,
sorry,
what's my new
I
modifier?
need to tell you that. Wispyn, what was that for you then?
4.
4 for Wispyn. It's got to be behind one of these shields. Got to be. That's what I would do if I was a powerful Oops, it seems that I cannot spell that word. There we go. I have spelled that 3-letter word now. Sorry, I'm just having to look up your new initiative. So you have a dexterity bonus of 0. So just a straight roll for you. 10.
10.
And then we will very quickly roll the initiative for this. Oh, nice. They get +5 to this. So I'm going to do an open roll. So D20, which if I see that there, +5 to whatever this is. So that is a 13.
12.
12.
Sorry, 12.
12.
Yeah, sorry.
If you want to make it 13, that's absolutely fine, DM.
Okay.
I'm okay
Yes.
with that.
Donations, chat. Do you want them all to be destroyed by this hideous creature? Okay. Thank you for that, Alder. You can go first. It has nothing to do with the fact that you got the
With the
initiative. Anyway.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Um,
It's not who you know, it's the dice you roll.
so, I mean,
Right, do we hear anything?
you can give me a perception roll. I think Alfred already shouted, we might have problems before they went in. So I'm going to just set it as the sort of standard 10. Yeah, so you definitely hear that there is some kind of problem or summoning.
That doesn't sound good. That sounds like, you don't want a panicked person. So much as I'd like to start looking at the swords and see whether any of the swords have writing on, maybe we should go find where they are. Where did they go?
Good question. You might be right about the swords. We'll come back and do that later. A really good idea. They went that way, but where they went after that way, I don't know. I'll catch you up.
You will, because actually we'll probably walk in step, which would be nice.
So let's just have a quick look at the map. One assumes you're going to double move.
Yep.
I'm going to say this round you get to the illusionary wall. I don't think either of you are stupid enough to fall for the you've forgotten where the teleport trap is, so you easily navigate over that. Next turn, you'll be able to get to the wizard's room. Perfect. So that is you and boom, boom, boom. Shautha on a 14. Yeah, you have no idea what has happened. Do you want to give me another perception roll to try and determine what's going on?
Yeah, Shautha would be like feeling around with her hand, like Alfred, where did you go? Perception. Another 9.
Another 9. Oh, I'm going to make an opposed roll here. Because it's one of these things. If there's no modifier, just if I beat a 9, you have no idea. Yeah. So you kind of look around. This place is covered in sort of cobwebs and dust and dirt. There are vermin, cockroaches, and all sorts scampering around this room. And he's gone. He's just gone.
I shout down the passageway. I can't find Alfred. He's gone.
You feel a malevolence in this room, though. Not that whatever this thing is, wherever this thing is, it is the course of the demise of Alfred.
Shautha strategically moves back to the doorway, just inside the hallway, outside of the room.
Perfect. You move back, taking a defensive stance with your maul.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's this malevolent creature's go. So, as that happens, you hear noises in the room, things falling off, things being thrown towards you but not at you, almost as if there is some kind of evil spirit in here. The shadows are moving and you think you maybe see something, but then it's gone again. Yeah, there's definitely horrible, powerful, malevolent magic going on here. But don't know if that is enough to make you want to leave. It has no tangible effect upon you. And then with that, Alfred, or rather not Alfred anymore. One moment you were there with sight beyond sight. Next moment, the room suddenly starts getting bigger and bigger, and you are swallowed by the room. You find yourself on the floor, close to the floor. Then you realize you've got smaller. And then you realize you're naked. Then you realize you've got fur, whiskers. And then you realize you're a rat. And then you don't realize anything else as your mind gets taken over as you become the rat. So, what would you like to do, Rat Alfred? Just to give you your stat block, your intelligence is 2, dexterity is 11, strength 2, con 9, wisdom 10, and charisma 4. You have keen smell, you have a bite, you have dark vision, 30 feet, and I'm going to allow you to maintain your magical sight as well. So you're probably a rat who is having kind of all of these vivid colours kind of swirling in your sight as well.
I think the most appropriate thing to do is to bolt into a corner and hide.
Okay, you head into a corner and there are other things there, cockroaches. The cockroaches look at you, you look at them. There could well be some kind of fray that is about to happen here in the corner as you squeak. Then finally we come to Win, as you no doubt keep in line with Alder. And then we come to the top of the round. Alder, you make it to the door and you can see Shautha there, sort of more raised, looking into this lit room of shadow. No sign of Alfred at all. You can talk as free actions. You have got a bonus action as well.
So where was he when he disappeared?
Right behind me. I was standing a bit way into the room.
Sorry, carry on.
I was just standing in the middle of the room, and he was behind me, and then all of a sudden he seemed to notice something, and then he was just gone.
Do newbies to the room get a sense of palpable evil?
Yeah, you certainly do. You sense exactly the same thing. You can see the circle, the summoning circle in the center.
He said that thing was active.
Active in doing what?
In being ready to summon something. It's not a teleportation circle, it's a summoning circle, he said.
Right. Well, he will take a few steps back from it, draw an arrow, and use a reaction to hold an action to shoot anything, should he decide to take advantage of this active summoning circle.
Okay.
And I think that's, let's just check. I don't think his actions be useful. Nope, that's it.
Perfect. So we move down now to Shautha on 14. What are you going to do?
You got me covered, right? And then she moves further into the room.
Okay.
Very,
You're going to throw out
very
another
carefully.
perception or try and determine what's going on, or do you wish to take a different action?
Wanting to stay clear of the summoning circle, but try to move around it so I can see the room at a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe pick up any sign of Alfred, if like still flaying one arm around, like if he's invisible or something, I should be able to touch him.
Touch him, yeah. So you kind of do that. You can see that things have been knocked off and kind of chucked in your general direction, smallish things. So it kind of gives you like a trail that you can sort of pan around to. You narrow your eyes and you attempt to kind of find out what on earth is going on. Give me a perception roll.
17.
Perfect. About spot on as well. You kind of see sort of hiding now in the shadows behind what appears to be a couple of books on their side, kind of leering over it. A smallish creature. The skin is sallow and dark, but this creature is standing barely a foot tall. Kind of resembles a tiny elf, but quite possibly a dark elf in this case. Gossamer wings that are like those of not a dragonfly or a butterfly, but a meat fly. And these two eyes that are oval are staring intently at you. They weren't expecting to be seen, and you catch their eyes, they catch your eyes, and you hear a oh and an expletive after it. Perhaps, even though you are a hardened fighter on the battlefield, something that might even make you blush, which I know is almost an impossibility.
I'll get you for that, and she brings the hammer down.
You unfortunately used your perception to spot it.
Oh, action. Yeah.
Yes. So she's there. She can see that, and she is like, oh. Okay, it is her go. She realizes she is only one hammer blow away from death. Sorry.
Is that an audible expletive to the rest of us in the room?
Yes, I think it is, and I think you sort of pan across. You might not be able to see her clearly, but you've got a good idea of what's going on as she's still trying to Well, she isn't remaining hidden at the moment.
There, Shautha will point and with one hand just look, it's there.
Mhm.
Not with a hand, with a hammer.
So what she reaches out with is she's going to hold her action because I think that'll be far more fun.
Cool. Can I react then?
Yeah.
Can I use my reaction
Absolutely.
since something's been pointed out to me? Cool. Is it a disadvantage because it's partially hidden or whatever?
No, I think because she's broken stealth by talking, I think I will give it to you.
Okay. Oh, let's clear that. Let's try again. And that's an 18.
That's an 18 for what? You haven't said what your
To
reaction is
hit.
going to be. All right.
I said I was holding an action
Oh, right. I
to
see.
shoot
Yeah.
at any.
Sorry, I didn't. I heard that you were holding an action, but then you said I'm going to use a reaction. I didn't equate the two things together.
Mhm.
An 18 does hit.
That's 7 damage.
She has 1 hit point, so you kill her 6 times over as the arrow skews into her. And she just collapses, pinned to the wall. At the instant that happens, as these cockroaches are beginning to gang up on Alfred the rat, Alfred, you suddenly... The room gets smaller, you get bigger. The last thing to disappear from your frame is your whiskers and your twitching nose, but you are back in the room.
Oh, you're a were-rat now?
I will need to do more testing.
And
But
you
good to have you back.
are all out of initiatives now, I'll be pleased to say.
Does anyone know what this is? Poking at the thing that's sort of at the end of his arrow.
I'll have a look.
You can have a look, and you look upon it, and the creature kind of looks the closest thing that you can say without really needing to do a skill check. Some kind of variant of a pixie.
Some kind of fey that is not so nice. Not that pixies are nice all the time, I suppose. What did you do, Alfred? Did you trigger a trap?
Well, as you should have heard, the summoning circle is active. Prior to my entering of the room, it just targeted the most dangerous creature in the room at the time, and, well, I can't blame it for targeting me. No offense.
Right.
Shautha starts twirling the maul between 3 fingers.
So why do we think that shooting this got you back?
I wondered that too.
By waving the sort of...
Didn't it cast it on you, not the circle?
Well, you know what they say. A bard is never late. They arrive exactly when they intend to.
I'm not sure how that fits with our situation and the question asked. That's just a thing you've said.
That's like the conclusions to most your novels. They make no sense.
No.
My fingers are too sausagey to search this. So if someone wants to search it for a password, that's fine.
Oh no, we might have killed the only thing that knows the password. Check its shield.
What was that strange thing it said before I shot it? Perhaps that's the password.
The barracks word, yeah. I've heard it a couple of times before, but not very often.
Has the oppressive nature of this room faded any with that creature being killed, Andy, or is it still feel like it's
You
in
think
full
it's
effect?
beginning to subside now, as is the connection it had with the summoning circle. The runes are beginning to fade. The magic is beginning to fade. Yes, it was all connected.
Shall we search the room for any passwords?
Yes. Is there anything else with magic on it in the room now?
You take a look around. Just coming to my notes. Certainly, this room is sort of organized in the way of a scatterbrained magical genius. There are all sorts of alchemical tools on one of the tables. There is an arcane scroll that lights up. Amongst the alchemical tools, there is the remnants of a potion that is also there as well. Amongst all of the books, you do find a journal. So you have a magical potion, you have a magical scroll, there are alchemical ingredients and tools, and there is a journal. You begin
Look through the journal.
you begin to search it for anything else, and it doesn't seem that there's anything else of any importance here. So Wispyn, you are flipping through the journal, which you indeed do. It's a sort of personal journal of experimentations, investigations, partially histories and laws. You begin to uncover the fact that both the wizard and his brother have uncovered something unexpected, and one of the key reasons for building Thar Keep is to protect the way into what appears to be the very hells themselves. That they have uncovered a number of caverns which lead to a number of constructed levels deeper and deeper down beneath this place. You see that whilst there are many dangers that lurk down there, there are also many treasures to be found. They not only built this fortress to stop whatever's down there coming out, but also to stop others exploring those dangerous dungeons of Thar. Oh yes, one final other thing. He is constantly berating his rather thick brother for always forgetting the passwords, which he deliberately changes consistently to keep him guessing. The final sort of entry seems to indicate I have written it down for him, and undoubtedly he will keep it safe so he can always remember it.
So you
I've got
wrote
a,
it down for the brother?
and the brother has it. So we need to find the battlefield on which the brother died, because he didn't die in his bed. However, I've got an idea, right? I think we give up this adventuring life and we build a pub. And in this pub, we create a well. And in this well, we can get people to go into the dungeon beneath it. And we can charge a lot of money for it. Thoughts?
Sounds like an excellent idea. I even thought up a name. something with portal and maybe something about the size of it, like yawning portal or something.
It sounds a terrible name.
Yeah, never work.
Alfred, are you sure summoning means what you think it means? Because that summoning circle... Is that what summoned you into a rat?
Oh, I'm afraid you'd have to ask someone a little more scholarly.
I was just checking that summoning hadn't taken on a new meaning with the young people these days. Someone mentioned pub. Yes, we should go.
I mean, it does sound pretty dangerous down there. Like,
Well, if we want to charge for entry, we might need to open the doors first.
oh, then we need to find the password then. So what battlefield would you go to if you were a mighty warrior?
The battle with sleep, maybe it's under his pillow.
Under his pillow? We certainly didn't keep it on his shield, we checked.
All of them.
We didn't check the swords though.
Oh,
Maybe
we
in the
did.
pommel of the sword.
Okay, I'll go and help look.
Be close to
So
hand.
Shautha walks back to the bedroom of the warrior.
Okay.
Now convinced that it's somewhere in the room if it's not on his person, because she knows where the room is. She has no idea where Bera is.
Okay, so you head back. Is anybody taking any of the items from this place, or are you just leaving them there?
All the stuff was useless for Shautha anyway. Alchemy stuff, scrolls.
That's because you're in
Still
a
makes-
room of wizards, not a room of fighters.
We have said before to you about how these things can equal cash in the right hands though.
Nah, in this world, no one buys magic items. They're far too precious. No one sells them. Yeah. When you find them, you either keep them or you lose them.
We should take the potion with us at least, right? The alchemical stuff. Don't know how to use.
Scroll could be useful.
Yeah, I wonder if you don't. Maybe he wrote the password on the scroll and forgot to give it to his brother.
It's a scroll of knock.
Is it? Oh, okay. That would be really good if it was.
Not really, because a knock will open the doors, which you can do anyway. The doors are not locked. I cast knock. Yeah, okay. I don't believe you said the
It's
password.
just that when you open the door, they explode.
Yes. So, which one of you is going to claim the potion? I mean, this is quite good as a test because we are going to need to ensure that we know who's carrying what on the 24-hour. Because, as mentioned before we came on, we very much need to know who's got what, because you're not going to be able to purchase magic items. Just a quick shout out to Tony58. Hi there, buddy. Glad that you could jump in and make it. Hope you're doing well.
I would say that Wispyn would be more inclined to take the scroll if somebody else wants the potion.
Perfect. Okay. So you don't need to be particularly too precious about this as long as we roughly know who's got what and who's taking what. So you move forward. You head back to the room of the warrior Thar. You come back in, you see, I mean, how were you with the shields? You were very precise, but did you put them back carefully, or are they just like scattered?
Chucked all over the
Yeah.
All on the bed or something.
Nope. Nope.
In the corner, yeah. It's like, nope.
Okay.
So when Shautha enters the room, it's just the crackling of old wood underneath her quite massive feat because he's stepping on shields everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. What you're going to do then, you can do this as a group action, or you can do this as individuals.
Yeah, check the swords.
Okay, so you head across, and just because we're using old school rules here, if you search in a place where there is a thing, you don't even need to make a roll for it, because obviously you're looking to find it, which is why I'm keen for none of this perception roll as you enter the room. What do you see? You go in there, you start searching the swords. The swords are rusted, bad condition, decades worth of decay upon them. These would have been magnificent back in the day, but with the rust upon them, seems to indicate that none of these would be of any use now. If they were magical, perhaps that magic has faded from it. So, Alder, I'm just going along here. As Shautha is looking at the swords, what are you planning to do?
What type of bed is it?
I mean, it's a good bed, or rather was a good bed back in the day. It's large, four-posted. The hangings that are coming down are obviously now rotted through, threadbare, covered in cobwebs. The wood was finely carved. Some of the very best wood that money could buy is now riddled with woodworm. The mattress would have been stuffed with down rather than hay, and there's signs of rotting, and it has kind of gone through somewhat. And there is a number of large blankets and furs on top of the bed, again in a bad state of repair, but it does cover whatever is underneath the bed. You can't just see under the bed.
Okay. I think he's going to, so it's easy for him to get up on, because he's not that tall. He's going to pull the bedclothes and the whatever and let them cover up some of the shields, and is then going to gingerly lie on the bed.
Yeah.
Look above to see whether a note has been left. So when you wake up, you look up and you know it, and then look down between his 2 feet and see if anything's been carved in the sort of bedboard.
I love it. Yeah, sort of on the ceiling. It's not really on the ceiling, it's on the top of the bed
Yeah.
rather than the ceiling. You can see sort of gouged into this canopy a number of words. Some of it is just graffiti. You also think he probably had a habit of just chucking his knife at the canopy as well. But a lot of these words have been crossed out, amongst others like Barathar is the bestest, incredibly spelt wrong, including his own name. You eventually see a phrase that you believe could be possibly what you are looking for. And the 2 words that you make out is gullible cabbage.
Let me be clear, I don't think this should be anyone's last words, but someone's carved gullible cabbage in the top of. Now, just throwing it out there. It's right up there with the swear words and the various other things we've seen. But we've got some more words for people to anagram out.
Is there like a standing mirror, a full-length mirror in the room?
I think there would have been like a polished metal mirror rather than silver. I mean, he quite obviously didn't do luxury in here, but this is probably when he was working out or anything. So
He kind of strikes me as the type that would like pose for the mirror just
yeah,
to,
yeah,
you know.
absolutely. So it's kind of
So
somewhat
is there
tarnished.
anything carved in the mirror, like different passwords or?
No, not at all. It's kind of tarnished, dirty now, cobwebs draining. You kind of look at it and clear it off. You could possibly sort of carve into the steel, but it would then remove its shine. So that's
There's
you.
nothing
I
on
think-
the mirror.
I think Alder's found it.
Is there
do.
anything you would like to do, Wispyn, before, other than say that before you come to that conclusion?
Yeah, you said that underneath the bed was hidden.
Not
Because
so
of
much
the-
hidden, but you just have the blankets and the furs that are cascading down,
Mhm.
so you don't have line of sight. I mean, you're a gnome, so you are well positioned. Normally,
But
you
yeah.
would see underneath here, but you would have to sort of pull them off or lift them up or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the blankets out of the way and see if there's anything under the bed.
Yeah, so you kind of do that, and it takes you a few moments, but you do see that some of the floorboards are uneven, seeming to indicate that there is a hidden sort of compartment. Maybe it's quite large, as big as you, maybe even bigger, kind of running most of the bed.
I think there's something under here. Let me see if I can open it. Am I able to prise it open or not? I can kind of use my dagger to run down
Yeah, absolutely.
the boards.
So you click it up and things, and it is then that you hear the cracking of glass as this compartment was trapped.
Okay.
Yeah, the vial that was there cracks as you bring it up, and then suddenly the room is filled with a cloud of poisonous gas. I would like all of you to give me Constitution saving throws, please. We'll start off with you, Wispyn.
Okay.
So the DC for this is only 10, just so you know.
6.
6, okay. So you now have the poisoned condition, and you are going to take 1d10's worth of damage. So 1d10, if I can get this coming in for you. A single point. You are at ground zero, as this maybe it's faded with time, but you currently have the poisoned condition. Alfred.
Is it too late to say I was outside ritually casting?
Yes.
11.
An 11. DC was only 10, so you don't get the poison condition and you take half damage. So half of this d10. So we rolled a 4, you take 2 points of poison damage. Maybe you were heading out there and you just caught the edge of it. Shautha.
15.
15, perfect. You're not poisoned and you take half damage as well. Which is 3, so 2 halved is 1. Again, big constitution. Alder, you are currently on the bed as this seeps up through the bed. Give us a constitution saving throw, please.
So just to check, as a dwarf, I think I have advantage against poison.
Absolutely. This does absolutely count for that.
And resistance, I think, as well.
Yes, which is good. Well, that's what it comes. It's dwarven resistance. So failed.
Okay. So fundamentally, you take half of that, which is 2. But if you've got resistance to poison damage, that would halve it again to 1.
I failed the save, so it's just halved
All
once.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So sorry, 2 points. And if you can be poisoned, you are poisoned now.
Yep.
And that makes perfect sense, as both of you were at ground 0. The horrible smell sort of dissipates across the room. It doesn't linger. That is the good news. And as quick as it exploded out into the room, it has gone once again. Your eyes
And I
watering.
think
Sorry, I'll just say to Wispyn what he sees, because he's actually there, and then we'll come to you, Shautha. Your eyes kind of watering with this. You see in the compartment a couple of things. You see the broken sort of vial that contained this, and you see in common it's kind of written in a similar hand to that journal that you read previously, and it basically says Balthazar's bottled farts. You think that is what his brother called whatever alchemical thing that was. You also see that there is a very nice longsword in there that doesn't look like it's tarnished with age. And there is one other thing, once I can find it for you with my notes.
I think Wispyn, coughing and spluttering, slides the longsword out of the from underneath the bed, kind of pushes it back into the room, and continues to cough and splutter as he looks further into the box.
So you basically see there is basically a sack that seems to have coins in, kind of stashed away. You pull that out, and you can see there's a sort of homemade tome. It's more akin to a child's scrapbook, and in there you see that badly spelt Barathar's greatest deeds, and it's all sort of stick drawings of him slaying dragons and defeating demons and the like. And that is it. Sorry, Shautha, we move back to you now.
Yeah, I was going to do a scene where Shautha would attempt to basically lift up the side of the bed in order to see where, if Wispyn is still okay, thus rolling Alder off the bed sideways.
Okay.
But Wispyn already pushed himself out from underneath the bed, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. Wispyn was small enough and right there to be able to see, as soon as that thing went off in his face, what is going on. Okay, so it's up to you to discuss anything that you wish to discuss about that.
So what was in the bag, Andy? Was
Gold.
that where the
Gold.
gold?
Yeah, it seems that he's a fella of few needs. A mighty sword, a scrapbook of his mighty deeds, and a bag of cash.
And in the back of the scrapbook, there's no potential passwords. I think Michael's found that to be honest, but
everything's
just to be
a
checked.
potential password. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. You have to deduce this. But I'm not going to tell you any more words. So
Whoever wields the sword.
yeah.
No, I wondered, is there anything else in particular that
No.
could be a password written into the back of the journal? Right, cool.
No.
I think Michael's found that for us.
Absolutely.
This longsword looks very nice.
Meh, too small.
That's
Maybe it's
quite-
something you can use and offers it to both Alder and Alfred.
I mean, I can use it. I won't be very good using it.
Same here. I mean, it's not as good as the stuff I've got in my hands. In others' hands, it might be better.
Do you want to take it as a backup? Your quiver's looking a little light.
Have you know, it's looking no lighter than it was a short time ago.
Well, a short time ago,
Um,
there wasn't an extra weapon.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not very good with it, to be clear. But I'll carry it for now.
Okay, so you do
Anybody?
that.
Anyone suffering any ill effects from the rather potent unpleasantness that you clearly had the great brains to miss?
I was
Turned
lying
into a rat.
on a feckin' head when someone did something, and now I feel a bit queasy, making me even worse with this thing.
I
Bit-
got the farts in the face. But
Nothing you weren't
even
used to
that,
at school then.
I still wasn't turned into a rat.
Yes, unfortunately, you didn't get the privilege of potent magic.
A
If he is
privilege.
now actually a were-rat, we probably need to go to some sort of temple to get him cured.
There's a really quick way to find out if he's a were-rat. Just
Which
beat him
is?
to a pulp.
Oh,
You beat him to a pulp, if he knits back together again, he's a were-rat. If he doesn't knit back together again, he's not a were-rat. I'm not suggesting you do it, I'm just saying that there is a scientific method that we could employ.
would you like some help with that, Alder?
With what? At the moment, I'm
Well,
feeling that the word scientific there
Queasiness.
is being stretched to quite a wide, encompassing term.
With your queasiness.
Yes, I'd like to stop feeling like I want to puke. That'd be lovely.
I will cast Lesser Restoration.
Perfect. Fantastic use of that spell. It removes that ill effect from you.
Thank you kindly.
So, what are you going to do next?
go back to the fireball doors and try the password, I guess.
Okay. You move round, moving across the teleportation. You take a deep intake of breath when you become to the illusionary wall, as it takes a lot to basically step through what appears to be solid. Your mind telling you one thing, your eyes another, but you know it is illusionary now. Pass through it, and you find yourselves where you were at the very start of this session, standing outside these two very imposing stone doors embossed with these concentric circles of brass.
So I take it one would be gullible and the other would be cabbage.
If you want to take a moment, I can reconnect with magic and observe the doors to ensure the password is correct. But if it's not, then there's not much else here.
Okay, so
If the password is not correct, you're going to know pretty quick without having to cast magic, because there's going to be a lot of meteorites flying around this room, right?
Well,
True.
I've been thinking about that, and a tiny hut could appear. I'm just saying, a tiny hut could appear.
It could. It
I
could.
think that's about it on the positive sides of things within the evocation class of magic. That's an ascending spell, but I just want to open up that there could be a positive thing here.
Mm.
It could be a we're not in at the moment. Here is a handy tent for you to rest in. Wait, could be.
Okay.
I'll be round the corner.
I'm coming with you.
So, are you going to head out of this chamber then? Back down to where the illusionary wall is? There's not a huge amount of space. You basically think looking at...
Shautha will stay and say the words.
Okay, so
Before
She doesn't
we
have
begin.
healing spells, and some of the other guys have, so...
Alfred?
possible, before we begin, I'm going to just slap Wispyn on my shoulder and also cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay, very
Oh,
nice.
thank you.
The poison is burned from your system and you feel much better again. So this is important because there could well be an awful lot of collateral damage about to happen here. So I do need to know where people are standing when Shautha says these words and attempts to open the door. So Alder, where are you going to be?
If there's a way to be round a corner, I will be round that corner.
Yeah,
If that means being outside the room, I think I'd hear. So
yeah, it does mean there's basically the illusionary wall, small passageway, and then it just opens up into the chamber itself. So you would have to head down past the illusionary wall and go round a corner and listen there if you wanted to be out of the way.
I'll do that
And I think
I'll do that as one of the people holding some healing magic.
you can absolutely see that there are now scorch marks down that passageway to the illusory wall as well, but none beyond it. You think it's the safest place to be. Shautha, you're staying in the room to do the deed. Alfred, what are you doing?
Yep.
I'll be staying with Shautha. Want to back up just in case there's something leaping into the other side.
Nice. Okay. Wispyn, how about you?
I'm with Alder.
Okay. Both of you head out behind the walls. Excellent. So before you do this, Shautha, anybody who is in chat, that includes yourselves, I've been trying to see whether these exclamation mark messages work. They do seem to be coming up, but I have the donation one as well. I'm going to activate it now. If one of you or many of you, can you check the links to see if the links actually take you to the donation page? So there we go. That should bring it up. If there is anybody else in chat, feel free to check those out as well. Hopefully they all work. I'd rather do this before it's a TPK than we're getting positive nods anyway, so that looks like
Yep.
All three
All
worked.
three seem to work.
Woo! I only spent about 3 hours on trying to make those work today, but now I have.
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, okay.
Right, once.
Wispyn has gone. I don't blame him. So, Shautha, you move forward. It's just you and Alfred now, just like the last time before he vanished.
Stay behind me.
What do you want
I
to
don't
do,
plan to do anything otherwise.
Okay.
So what do you think? Is it one word per door, or does the whole phrase work for
Say the
each
phrase,
door?
push both doors. Let's make this dramatic.
Can I
If not,
reach
I'll edit
both
it.
doors?
Yeah, the doors are split in the middle, so you can easily just push both doors open. It's double doors.
Oh, it's a double door.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought there were 2 separate doors and 2 dungeons entrances, but that's fine.
My
So, yeah.
mistake with describing. So you say the words.
I will put a hand on each door and I will say gullible cabbage in a loud, clear voice.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you. What you're saying?
Gullible cabbage in a loud, clear voice.
Thank you. Just wanted to double check. Had nothing to do with me making you say gullible cabbage a number of times. You push the doors
I'm
open.
saying it to you.
You push the doors open and you finally stand at the entrance to the throne room of Barathar Keep. The grand double doors creak open, revealing an expansive chamber bathed in cold, eerie light. The room is illuminated by flickering torches mounted on the walls, their flames casting long shadows on the stone floor. Large tapestries hang from the walls, each depicting scenes of battle, conquest, and the glory of the forgotten lords. The wizard and the warrior at the centre of the room, seated on their thrones. At the far end of this chamber, the undead figures of the wizard Eldrathar and the warrior Barathar sit motionless on their stone thrones. Their faces are gaunt and decayed, yet their eyes glow with an eerie arcane light. The room is quiet, save for the faint hum of necromantic magic in the air. The oppressive magical aura in the room is suffocating, though, and the air is thick with ancient untold power. What do you wish to do? Obviously, Alder and Wispyn, you would have heard gullible cabbage being said as the doors are pushed open, and no horrible screams or explosions.
It might be on a delay.
Come on, guys, it's safe.
To call out great guardians, we seek to continue your noble quest. Rest and we will protect this place. Probably not going to work, but we'll give it a go.
Wow.
Oh, Wispyn, he's chatting to someone.
Okay.
Trouble's approaching.
It's gonna boom any minute. I'm putting. Well, I'm not putting money on it because. Well, we found that gold, I suppose. Do you want to bet?
On what?
Number of minutes till explosion.
Oh, no, he's chatting to something.
Oh, okay. He chats to everybody.
This might save you a deadly combat, but we will see. Alfred, are the dice with you? Is your tongue as silver as you want it to be? I'm assuming this is persuasion, but you might be trying to deceive them. Well, what is it?
That's my intent, was to persuade. I don't particularly want to allow hordes of infernals to continue up through into the land.
And there is this business opportunity that has been proposed by Wispyn as well. So it's going to have to be strung, the roll, but let us see what you can do. Is there any preparations you want to do as you begin to say these words? Are you weaving any magics into them, or are you just relying on your guile?
Trying to rely on my sincerity.
Okay.
I've got no spell slots left.
Okay, let's see this dice roll.
15.
15 is not bad at all for your level, but it's not quite a nat 20. So you see that both of these undead figures begin to stir. Their bones set so much in place, they begin to crack as they begin to move. Their eyes flare up. We're going to go to rolling 2d6. You can add your charisma modifier to the result. Higher is better. This could be anything from being aggressive towards you at the lowest to actually wanting to listen to your proposal.
Okay,
It's
so
a
2d6
reaction
plus
roll.
3.
Well, the dice tell a story. Snake eyes.
A 5.
Yes, I think even with this, they are still keen to protect their ill-gotten gains from anybody else. Let us roll initiatives as we go into the final fight. So we'll do this one at a time. Alder, you first.
That's a 5.
That is a 5. Oh dear. Okay, so let us run this encounter. Player A, which we will call you, has a 5. Then Shautha. Oh,
21.
21. Very good. But you could have used with that nat 20 something else perhaps. Then Alfred. Oh,
Now I get that.
yeah.
23.
The dice tell a story. Last but not least, Wispyn. That's a total of
3.
3. Okay. Oops. I almost put you as a 2 there, cheating you. Okay. Let's just put that in there. Let us start this encounter. Oh, okay. So we just have to quickly do this because that has not done that. My computer having some kind of seizure. So 5. The one that you presume is the wizard is going on 5. And then the one who's you assuming is the warrior is going on. Ooh. Yeah, he's going first. A 22. Might not be first actually. Okay.
No.
So yeah, player character C, which is Alfred. What are you doing?
No, Vespers first.
Oh, sorry. Who's
That
first?
is.
Who got the 23?
That is Alfred Vespers from Cyborg. I've not updated the name yet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You're playing with my mind again. You're playing with my mind. It's 9 o'clock. We've got session 0 to do. I was desperate for you to be successive with your persuasions, but I can't fudge the dice.
So, given the warrior is probably the best bet, will vicious mockery and say some dead. So you look like the scab from a troll's wart.
Very nice. So give us. He needs to do a saving throw, doesn't he?
A wisdom save,
Yeah.
please.
He's got +1 to his wisdom, I will do this so you can sort of see what's going on. I just realised that rolling on that app doesn't show you. So let us try and clear that, put that there. So I've got +1 to this roll. It's got a 14 in total.
That beats my DC, so nothing happens.
So nothing happens, and he marches forward to him. You see that flesh is falling off him now as he moves forward. You see that the bones that he's got are crumbling, but there's a necrotic energy that is going beyond his actual physicality, his form. And he's going to make some attack rolls against you. Boom, boom. Oh dear. He has 2 attacks. And at the moment, he's not going to try and drain your life. He's just going to try and hit you with his long swords. Each of these attacks have +4 to hit. So first attack coming in is only a 14.
So is that against
Your armor class.
her or me? Against me, okay.
Against you, yeah.
So
You
14.
cast a spell against him.
Fair enough. I remember I was positioned behind, so I thought I'd check. But yes, 14 is my AC, so it hits.
It doesn't really matter. I'm assuming you didn't back off. What the vision I had is you leant round. You also were there in front of him, sort of trying to persuade them, and then you bailed and you cast your spell. So I think you are a good target. So is that a hit?
It is, yes.
Okay, so he's going to roll a d8. There's a 1 there, but he does get a little bit of a modifier, which is plus 2. So that's 3 points of damage to you. Then he swings again. Sorry, did you want to react or anything?
No. Don't have anything left.
He swings again and misses that time. I'm assuming an 8 misses you.
Yes.
Perfect. Then we move to the 21 roll, which I think is you, Shautha.
Shautha. Yeah. She will go towards the wizard while shouting, "Kill the clothy first and bring down the mole."
Okay.
Or at least attempt to hit the wizard.
Perfect. We're off to see the wizard. Okay, so armor class 12. Make a roll. Let us see if you can crush him. You easily hit him. Not quite a crit.
20 in total.
Yeah, so give me some damage.
Let me check. Uh, 8 damage.
Perfect. You sort of deliver a severe blow to this creature. Is there anything else you want to do?
Nope. This is it. I will try and make myself really big so he can't see any of the people behind me.
Oh, he's going to try and destroy you. You've just hit him. But we do move to Alder on a 5 before the wizard goes.
So I think Alder and Wispyn are still sort of walking around the corner, going, I mean, how bad could it be? I mean, we haven't heard anything. And, oh, fact, 2 skeleton. Right. Are they dressed differently?
Yeah, it's
One got a pointy hat.
It's very.
And the other's got so what?
It's exactly like that. Yes, they're in ruination. It's all rotted and rusted, but it's easy to determine the difference between the two of them.
Right, take out the more complicated one. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark on the one who's got a pointy wizard's hat.
Perfect.
And we'll then try and take a shot.
Okay.
those.
So he's got an armor class of 12 at the moment, as he's not had chance.
Twang,
Twang.
as my arrow disintegrates with a natural.
Oh dear. How close do they have to be to get
5 feet.
5 feet? Yeah, unfortunately.
So I assumed one had moved out of
Yeah,
way because
that is
one had moved forward. So.
exactly it. So we move to this horrific creature. Sorry, is there a bonus action you hunted marked?
Bonus action was Hunter's Mark, so that worked, and we'll focus on.
Okay, this creature here, realizing that he's facing you, casts a spell, which is Misty Step, a bonus action spell, and it moves from you, Shautha, to where Alfred is, and him and his brother are going to try and pick you off one by one rapidly. That was his bonus action. It was casting a spell, so he cannot cast another spell, but he can try and life drain you, Alfred. So he moves forward and tries to touch you with his bony hand. This is also +4 to hit. That is a 12.
That misses.
Okay, you feel necrotic energy begin to flow out of you, but somehow you manage to parry or shove it off before that happens. And then finally we move to you, Wispyn.
I come around the corner and see what's going on and fire a firebolt at the mage-dressed one.
Yeah, okay. Armor class 12. Give me a roll to hit.
13.
13 hits. Give me some fire damage.
I'm not sure why it's done 2. Let me roll that again, Andy.
That's okay. Nice.
8.
8 points. This creature is neither resistant or immune to fire, as that full 8 points catches him. You see it burns away some of the necrotic energy that he's held in check. He looks up, looks across to you, Wispyn, and hisses, no longer able to make any kind of real sound. Then we move to the top, to you, Alfred. They are moving and ready to flank you now, to take you down before moving on to another. Sometimes times were simpler when you were a rat and only had to face cockroaches.
Yeah, but there was more of them.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm going to continue on with the vicious mockery.
Sure. You can disengage and move to a more advantageous position.
As I've seen, he's very mobile. I don't think I can get anywhere they won't be able to.
Okay, that is an assumption. But
Yeah.
do you?
Okay, yes, I'll go.
You could run towards Shautha.
Picked what I'm going to do. Whether I live or die will be the dice.
That's okay. There is
yes,
always other characters to roll.
So go. Dear sweet helm, why don't you give me that sword so I can hit myself with it, because it's more effective than what you're doing.
Perfect. And that's against the warrior?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so he's got just +1 to his wisdom. So he rolls this. He's only got a 6, I think that is on the dice, so 7 in total.
So that is
It's
a
fail.
failure.
Mm-hmm.
Play. So it takes
3
3 damage.
damage, which is good, but more importantly, disadvantage on his first attack. Anything else you would like to do?
No, that's everything, thank you.
Okay, so we move to the right, It's going to attack you +4 to hit, but the first attack is with disadvantage. So I'm just going to roll this twice. I need to roll it once. A 3 + 4 is a miss. Certainly put him off. I am going to roll it again to see what the other dice might have been, because it's always fun to see whether you had impact. Yeah, that most definitely stopped the hit. Well done with your vicious mockery. He is though going to roll for his second attack now with +4. That's a 16. I believe that does hit.
Yes, it does.
Oh, you're getting lucky with this. Hits you for another 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Then we move to Shautha.
She will move towards the wizard again, and will she get flanking between?
No, we don't have variant rules, of which that is one.
Oh, okay.
I hope you noticed they didn't roll with advantage when they were around Alfred. I was merely suggesting that it looked like it. Oh,
Only 8.
only 8. That misses both of them. So you move in, trying to find a position. The problem is they're all over Alfred, and you choose your moment swinging this big thing, and you don't want to crush Alfred. You hesitate perhaps a little too much and too late. With that, we move to Alder.
He will try the same again. Shooting the wizardy one.
The wizardy one. With the good news is they are both together now, within 5 feet of each other.
Oh, cool. Let's see how this does. Oh, come on. 10 versus 12.
Yeah,
let me just check whether I can do it. Do I need to... Heartbreaker. On each of your turns, when you make a weapon attack, just make an attack.
yeah.
I can make another one, so I'll make the other one
Very
against the
warrior.
other.
Their armor class is only 14, rusted armor and the like. These should be child's play to you, but it's not your fault. It's the variance of the dice.
Oh, what a bagger! So my arrows are committing suicide as I shoot, just snapping into spindling.
I'd like to point out.
Do you know these two? Are you friends with these two arrows?
This is the perfect reasoning why we'll have donation rewards, so you can gain advantage on all of these wonderful attacks, or perhaps auto crits, once we are supported by our wonderful viewers with all of their very generous donations. You'll be like gods. Anyway, at the moment,
Small gods.
yeah,
Like really small gods.
you're not. As the right now sort of
Dips on the
turns around.
turtle.
The right doesn't really know who's really dangerous here, but his eyes locked to that 8 points of fire damage from Wispyn, and he was not best pleased. So he's going to do his quite horrific grave bolt. Now this is a ranged spell attack, so he's going to be at disadvantage as he's got other combatants with him, but he does get +5 to hit, and he's got 2 of these. So the first attack comes in at you, Wispyn. So that is an 18.
My armor class is 15, but I will shield.
Okay. Using a spell slot, what does your shield look like as you call it forth to protect you from this grave bolt?
It looks exactly like Natascha's character.
Okay, so
she's my she's an illusion of it.
Yeah.
Like she's my ultimate shield. So.
Perfect. I love it. That of course
will it still have the Will it still have the pink mohawk or the black,
Yeah,
the
goth.
Pink.
hanging down stuff?
The pink look, reminding you of your former self.
Yeah.
So raising it to 20, beating the 17 or whatever I got. But he does get a second attack, and that one misses. So that is them done, and we move once again to the to you, Wispyn, in fact.
Yes. I'm going to try something. So I picked up a scroll earlier. I've got no idea what's on the scroll, or even if I can cast what is on the scroll.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to give it a go.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. It could be anything.
Well, let us see. Roll me. I like this. This is what these games should all be about. I don't know what's on the scroll either. So we will randomize it. We will work out what the scroll is. I'm definitely going to make it a wizard scroll because I like this.
Cool.
But as far as we know, it could be like Meteor Storm or something that kills everybody. So I think roll a D8. This will be the level of the spell. A third level spell.
Just one level spell higher than I can cast. That's not a bad thing.
So you're going to have to do an Arcana check, but we need to determine what spell that is. Unfortunately, I don't have my player's handbook to hand. Do you have yours, Ian?
I should have some.
I mean, I think it was Michael, actually. Michael, did you? I saw somebody sort of get a player's handbook down. Yeah. Do you want to just go to the wizard spells at the back of that? Because we're only doing core rules here. Third level spells. How many wizards third level spells are there? Just approximately.
About 30.
About 30.
Yeah, 30.
29.
29. Okay. So what we'll do is roll a d20, and if you get 15 or higher, you roll another d20 and add that result to the d20. So you got a 19. So roll a second d20, and you can choose between either the result of 19 or whatever the other result is. So that's
30 or 19.
Yeah.
So 30 doesn't exist because there's only 20.
So what's 29?
Water breathing.
Water breathing.
And what's 19?
Non-detection. So neither of them are particularly exciting.
Okay.
Just next to Vampiric Touch and Phantom Steed. There we go.
Oh, well.
Okay.
That was worth a shot.
Roll me a Arcana roll.
15.
15. So yeah, you can. That's a spell. Which one did you want to choose out of those two?
Non-detection.
Okay, so you read it from this. The scroll crumbles, and you're suddenly surrounded by non-detection. I like it. It could have been crazy, but that is the way that the cookie crumbles sometimes. Okay, we go back to the top of the round. Alfred, you can see that the wizard brother is suffering. He's badly wounded now.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to draw my rapier and try and stab the wizard.
Okay. So yeah, just armor class 12.
I'd just like that actually turned to a weapon, but oh well. 22.
Yeah, that's good. That's a hit. Give me some damage. Oh, very good.
11 damage.
Okay, I mean, obviously these are powerful undead, so non-magical items. If only you had a magical longsword somewhere. Don't do as much damage, but certainly do some damage, and that was good damage. The right, seeing you stab his brother, is going to try and hit you, Alfred. 2 longsword attacks. The first one coming in with a +4 misses. The second one coming in with a +4 also misses. Goes both ways sometimes. And then we move to you, Shautha.
Still attempting to hit the wizard with her maul.
Go for it. Yeah, easily hit.
19.
Yeah, easily hit. Oh, much better damage.
12 in total.
Yeah. The wizard now just crumbles, falling beneath your maul. Bones deteriorating. The necrotic energy that was binding it together, allowing this entity to remain on the prime material, snuffed out. His brother goes into a rage. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, sort of like point my maul at him and shout, "You're next. You should have died on the battlefield like a true warrior."
Perfect. Then we move to you, Alder. There is only one entity left. Armor class 14 now.
My arrows, as he looks at the maul. Right, yeah. Should have died on our battlefield instead of bed, you big wuss. And we'll bonus action move the hunter's mark over and then take a shot.
Perfect.
Hey.
Yep, that is a nice hit.
Right, so those, and that.
Oh,
That's a total of 10 damage with
very
the
nice.
hunter's mark included.
Very good. Yeah, he's not looking the best of wear now. Sorry, go on.
I think he would, having taken a shot, sort of turn his back a bit, and you can see stuck on the back is the longsword.
All right.
By the way, is this yours? Because I nicked it. And we'll sort of head off, because I'm keeping range, but
Yeah.
head off to see if I can tempt him
Try. Oh yeah, I think
to get loads
he's in a
opportunity
rage.
from.
Very good. I like what you are doing. But first, we move to Wispyn.
I'll go back and fire a firebolt at him again.
Okay, armor class 14 for the Barathar.
Oh, critical hits.
Hit. Very nice. Oh,
A 12.
a 12 damage. He sort of turns, begins to move towards Alder, trying to chase him down. Not taking any notice of you, Wispyn, further down the corridor, and you just blast. And the combination of the taunt, the way he's moving forward, you just catch him completely unawares, and the fire burns away all of the necrotic energy, and he just crumples down into bone dust and rust. A perfect way to finish off that enemy. Congratulations. You are all heroes and champions. For the matter of brevity, you explore this chamber, and of course, underneath the thrones, you see sealed away the entrance to below, the place they have been guarding for avarice reasons. Now, business opportunities come to your minds, some kind of way, some kind of marketing. You need to find some adventurers to pay you coin and to descend down. Who on earth would fall for such a ploy? Well, I think we're about to find out. Thank you very much, everybody. You have completed the first level. You have opened up the Dangerous Dungeons of Thar. And it looks like not only have you survived, but you are about to, well, monitorize it in so many different ways. So to everybody that's watching, our fine cast of players here are not actually going to be playing these characters in the 24-hour charity, but we're now about to descend into a very loose session 0. We've already talked quite a lot about the game itself, everything that we normally would do on a session 0, but we just thought it'd be fun to chat about the characters that you will initially be playing, because at any point any of you could, well, cease. And yeah, I think it's just a good idea to introduce who you're initially going to be playing. So a little bit about the charity event first. We're going to do it on Saturday the 23rd of August at midday. That's when we're going to start. And hopefully, if we all make it through, we're going to end it on the 24th of August at midday. So Saturday through to Sunday. It's going to be non-stop. And the way that the game is going to be played is in 3-hour segments. Each 3 hours will represent a level, both of potentially this dungeon, the Dangerous Dungeons of Thar, but also a level of the characters. The characters will start at 3rd level, and session 2 there'll be 4th level, and so on, until they reach 10th level for the final segment. Of course, if we get some fantastic charitable donations, who knows, they might even rise even beyond that 10th level. So enough about the event itself at the moment. We are also joined now by a familiar face, Jocelyn, who will be joining us for the charity event, not all the way through, but I believe it's the 9 to midnight on Saturday. Is that correct? Fantastic.
Yes.
So thank you very much for joining us. So who would like to go first? Not all these characters are set in stone. I know some of you, not mentioning any names, Natascha and Ian, have gone generating multiple characters. So I think if we start with you, Kyle, because I have a feeling your character could even be the, not necessarily the leader, but the linchpin holding everything together quite literally. So what do you have in mind?
So I am looking to play a life domain cleric, probably a hill dwarf by the name of Yorgel Forgebow.
Very good. Very good. So a cleric dwarf. There's no problem with everybody playing the same ancestry or race at all. Does anybody else particularly want to play a cleric? Is that anybody else's first choice at all? No? Okay. So we will come on to, and I'm going to leave you to last, Jocelyn, because you know who you're playing, and because you're fundamentally here for one session, that's who you're going to play. You know, you don't need to mix it up or anything else. That fits in perfectly. So I'm going to come across to you, Michael, because I don't know if you've got multiple ideas or not at the moment.
I have 5 or 6 tabs open
Right.
at the moment,
Okay. Perfect.
so I've made a few.
What would your
Depending
first
what
choice be?
other people. I mean, I quite like Alder. I think I'll probably respec his kit and buy 100 weight of arrows, clearly. But yeah, there's Alder. Otherwise, there's a monk because I generally have never played a monk before. I've got a Dragonborn sorcerer, and because I very rarely play this particular class, I've got a warlock
Oh no, you never play warlocks.
of the Archfey.
Of the
So
Archway. Oh, that is quite
no, not at all.
interesting.
So we've got a range of them there, but
Perfect. Do any of them shout out to you if you were able to have the first choice?
no, not particularly, because a lot of them are deliberately aimed. You know, the warlock is quite similar to Alder because it's ranged right of them. So the monk is fine, and I've not played a sorcerer, so I have no idea how effective they're going to be. But yeah, no, I think there was another one I had as well. Oh, a paladin, because they're like a Swiss Army knife.
Perfect. Okay, so that's your concept. Working towards that. So we'll ask you, Ian. Is there anything that you?
Yeah.
I mean, you can mention the ones that you've created and your first choices or something like that.
So I've got a dwarf of the hill variety called Gorin Rootwalker, a druid of the land. I thought that might be quite useful based on the fact that it's a bit of a dungeon crawl, and of the Underdark would work quite well there to give us some stuff. But then I kind of head towards another type of character, and that is a very tropey halfling Lightfoot rogue thief. That I think would be quite useful in a dungeon with the ability to do things with traps and the like. And then, like Michael, my final one that I thought of was half-elf paladin called Kai Valeris,
Nice.
Paladin of Vengeance. Of those three, I'm probably more erring towards the rogue. I think from playing this kind of the game that we've just played, that was definitely something that we have missed a little, being able to lead into for kind of disabling traps and the like. So yeah, but I'm more than happy to kind of. I know that Natascha's got about 20 characters she's pulled together, so I'm sure we've crossed the stream somewhat
Not
there.
quite.
And I will say there will be traps. There will be so many traps. Okay, so we move across to Natascha.
Basically, I have a half sister of Shautha, a human fighter, champion fighters as well. But I have her in a tanky version, a defense built fighter, and I have her in a more like a scouting version, which is ranged. I also made a Circle of the Moon, a druid called Bear, and a Totem Path warrior, also called Bear.
Barbarian.
And I made, barbarian.
Yeah. Cool.
I've never played a barbarian before, so. And I also, because we did lack a rogue, also made a what's it called? A Lightfoot halfling rogue.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, Ian and me definitely crossed some beams past week.
I think fundamentally, if you make that many characters and you're doing it from the core rules, there's only so many characters before you start sort of doubling up, as it were, really. Okay, so I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to play. Feel free to moderate it yourselves. It does take someone to go, actually, I would really like to play this. At the moment.
But basically, I haven't heard any of the others other than Paladin. I haven't heard any of them say tanky stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm happy to do the tanky fighter. Heavy armor,
which way?
shield.
You could tank in a few ways, right? Your Moon Druid would be able to tank, just in its very nature. If you've not played a Moon Druid before, but also your Barbarian, right? That is the tank class.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So all three of them are basically soakers in three different ways, which is fun. So the druid is basically the druid is basically called bear because he only wild shapes into bear form, and it would be a polar bear variant called a cave bear.
Mhm.
Which would be his go-to, which basically gives him like over, I don't know, 150 hit points in total or something. And then there's the barbarian, which is also bear totem, and the first one gives you resistance to all damage except psychic or something. So that would also be a good soak.
Very good.
And then there would be the champion fighter.
What's your preference, Natascha? What would you like to play?
I don't really have a preference for either. It's basically more on what you and Michael would pick. If you pick the rogue, then I would definitely pick one of the soaky bits. And I think, Michael, you had a druid? No?
No. So I had a bunch of ranged people seems to fit with what we've got at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Cleric, we've got a possible tank, we've got possible rogue. If I pick one of whether it's with a bow and arrow or whether it's with Eldritch Blast, we've got some ranged ability there as well.
Just let me check at the druid.
Just think, do you want to count your arrows, Michael, or do you want to have unlimited Eldritch Plower?
Yeah, but the hit points that my tough dwarf has is so much.
I think, and again, for people that have just joined us, you're probably wondering, well, why don't you just do this and take this subclass instead? We are not using any variant rules, and we are only using the 3 core 2014 books. For young people out there, that seems like this is ages old. For people like me, it seems like it was only yesterday. So yeah, there's a purity to this build, and there's reasons for it as well, quite sort of transparently, because we're doing this for a 24-hour period. Dungeons and Dragons can easily become very complex, even with only the core rules. You can see all the choices that are having to be made here. And back in the day, hill dwarfs were one of the go-to ancestries, because they were as tough as nails.
How many of you guys have picked dwarfs?
I have.
Only for the druid, yeah.
Okay.
Only Alder.
I mean, again, with Dungeons and Dragons, even the early thing, if you don't intend to get hit points are a resource that you don't really need. So if you are playing a rogue, it's probably better to choose a different race. There is an abjuration wizard hill dwarf build that is incredibly strong, or certainly was back in 2014.
I think I'll go with the half orc, a Circle of the Moon druid called Bear.
Okay, so
he's a very happy-go-lucky guy. He's also he's illiterate. He don't know how to read.
Fantastic. Okay, so we've got perhaps 2 locked in at the moment. Moon Druid, half orc, and a dwarf. cleric, life cleric. Is that making either of you two, Michael or Ian, favour something else? And while you're thinking about that,
I think the rogue still makes sense.
yeah, absolutely. Especially
Yeah.
if Michael is not planning on playing a rogue. Rogue, as in many of the games that I've run, can be the difference between life and death. A lot of people see rogues as DPS, as all they do is hide, sneak attack, hide, sneak attack. That's in combat. This is going to be a game where you don't necessarily need to go to combat, where not instigating fights could actually be the better of the options. It's one of the reasons why I gave Kyle as Alfred tonight that potential chance to persuade the two final bosses around to his way of thinking. So are you locking in rogue for the moment, Ian?
Yeah, Quinlan, Bright Bow. And if we're trying to find some connections between each other to try and knit us, I'd put out there that Kyle was probably saved him from someone dead in the past, because Quinlan is half his hair is white. He has a grey eye and a green eye, where he's come a cropper from some nasty undead before.
Very nice. We can talk about connections in a minute once Michael has locked in his first choice. What are you going with?
I'll stick with Alder.
Yeah.
I'll stick with Alder. I'm just looking up how much arrows cost.
Okay, so we have our four players and their characters. We have Alder the Hill Dwarf. You can respec it, obviously, if you want, into what you want. And then we have Natascha playing a half-orc moon druid. We have Kyle playing a dwarven life cleric. And we have Ian playing a halfling rogue. Do you know the subclass that you're planning on taking, Ian?
Yeah, thief.
Thief, yeah, cool, absolutely. And then we move quite nicely, segueing into someone else who's going to guest star a spotlight between 9 and 12 on the stream, and that is Jocelyn. Hello, Jocelyn.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining us.
And yeah, it also would function as if anybody is just like,
go. Yeah, go on.
Am I?
No,
am I coming through?
You're coming through. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and if anyone's like desperate, like to have dinner or take an hour's nap, that would be the time to do it.
Great. So what you're saying
But
is we don't
I
need
hope
to.
not. I hope it's all 5 of us.
Wait there. If you're volunteering for that, why are we doing you a character? Because you might as well take over my slot and run the game for 3 hours. I mean, I can't let these have a rest without me having a rest. In fact, we could all have a rest, and it could be the Jocelyn 3 hours.
Andy, you know that I could not possibly take that seat. Oh my God.
Of course you could. Of course
that
you
would
could.
be such a disaster.
It would be gold. It would. I'm sure that my viewing figures would go through the roof. It would go viral. It would be magnificent. So, sorry, we are digressing. Tell us who you will be playing.
So, yeah, somewhere around, well, who knows what time it'll be in that world, you will be faced with a desperately racing little gnome, itty bitty gnome, 4'10", very, very finely dressed, turquoise robes with embroidered cogs and wheels. Because gnomes, cogs, wheels. Nicely manicured, pointed little beard, goatee thing, desperately trying to get his way out of this dungeon, and on his own, came there on his own, and is thrilled to see you all for two reasons. First reason is if he's with some people, maybe he has a chance of getting out of there. And the second reason is he is a warlock whose patron is a fiend who tricked him into his pact. And he figures that rather than being cowardly, the best possible way to get out of this pact is to show off his incredible skills and get like a bidding war going. So he's basically shopping himself around for alternative patrons, and so not in a way that would hog the limelight from you all above the table, but he's very happy to help out and do his absolute best for the group, even if he's not going to be there, for very long. And even if he's just met you, it doesn't matter. He is 100% all in from minute one because you are people.
I think, in effect, just the injection of super energy that everybody's going to need between 9 and 12. I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting. So that'll be Minty, and I think at that point we will have had a number of sessions, so you'll be coming in at level 6, by which time everybody else will be level 6 as well. Fantastic. So let us quickly talk about connections, and then I'll quickly move on to some of the donation rewards that are open for discussion between now and when we do the charity event. So firstly, do you like, Kyle, the proposal that Ian said about you saving him from some kind of undead threat?
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Perfect. It sort of works for you. That's good. So other than Ian, I kind of do this when I'm sort of running Call of Cthulhu and we kind of webbing out relationship maps. Ian has chosen you as his relationship. You need to choose one of the other two and give me a reason why you are connected to them. And of course it needs to be with permissions by the person.
Oh dear.
Yeah, sorry, I'll put you on the spot. It's not my fault, it's Ian, because Ian chose you.
Perhaps connection. Perhaps connection with Bear. If they're taking on a more tanky role of having offered support in the past and worked together for healing.
Interesting. So how would, I mean, you said that this half-orc known as Bear is happy-go-lucky, yes, and so how would it take, what is your connection with this with this dwarven cleric?
I imagine as he was fighting the undead that nearly got to the rogue, that at one point a huge bear would just roar and start swiping the undead left to right, and basically at the end, when everything's dead, is come out of bear shape and just say, "Are you two okay? Do you need help?"
Yeah, so we're beginning to world build an epic encounter. Somehow this rogue had decided to sneak into a barrow. Heading into the barrow, you, for whatever reasons, I'm not particularly suggesting that maybe you went in there to lift something. But whatever you did, you disturbed the undead, fleeing for your very life. Fortunately, from perhaps the road or come to seal in this place, the cleric arrived. The two of you almost fell when this bear came out of the darkness to help you two, surrounded in this small oasis of light against hideous hordes of undead. And of course, Alder, how do you fit into this scene? If you do, perhaps you join them later.
Did someone say a hideous horde of undead?
Yes.
Well, well then. No, I've no idea. No, I imagine.
I imagine you were tracking the bear.
I mean, that's a
Yeah, at a distance, go. That's a big bear.
Was it more like
I wish I was a Colossus Slayer here.
Did you not find it somewhat suspicious that this is like a cave bear that shouldn't really be in this region? Has come many
Yeah, I think
miles.
tracking the bear, feeling a bit. I don't know what this is. This seems very odd. I'm not sure I've got enough arrows for this. Oh, a whole bundle full of undead. That's far more my wheelhouse. And will enthusiastically start shooting at them with no idea of what's going on, but we'll no doubt find out afterwards.
Perfect. I love it. So we have a tenuous link. We have introduced the first initial characters that you will be playing, and I can hardly wait as you all get. I mean, just so I don't have a mental breakdown with continuity. Even though you are reskinning your character Alder a little bit, is it still going to be the one that took part in this adventure? Because you can
Yeah, the only
re-link.
difference is I'm spending half of my spare gold on arrows.
Okay.
So I now
you
have 100 arrows rather than 20. So that's the only difference.
yeah. So I mean that means that you're the perfect link into this adventure, and we can start the 24-hour event as you've invited them back, as you and your other companions, Shautha, Alfred, Wispyn, have tidied up this lower dungeon area, opened up the pathway down, and looking somehow, having persuaded these others to come, you got your words tied up, and it seems that you're going with them now. Perfect. Perfect introduction. So before we log off and say good night for now, I just need to sort of play around with this. So at the moment we have the three charities that we are raising money for. I can do this command as well that seems to be working, that brings the links up into there. But what we can also do, hopefully if I do this, is we can look at the donation rewards here. And fundamentally, these are a few ideas to say thank you to people who do donate. There are a number of concepts and ideas that we've got to try and sort of make this work. It is all a work in progress at the moment. So I'm just trying to sort of open this out a little bit, but it's not allowing me to. There you go. That is not any better. Don't you just love technology? So there's a flicker of fortune. A player or the DM gets an advantage dice. The reason why I said dice, it means that you don't have to use it immediately. It also means that if we're getting a lot of donations in all at the same time, we don't necessarily miss those donations to be able to transfer them. It's a max of 3 per person. This is at any one given point. So you can have more than 3 throughout the entire 24 hours, but you can't have more than 3. I mean, it's quite obvious. I'm doing this to save you all because everybody's going to donate to give the GM all of the inspiration. So I'm trying to help you all out by saying I can only take 3 donations at any given point to do that. You thank me later. Then there is the Potion of the People. A player or the DM gains a healing potion, which is basically a greater healing potion, 4d4 plus 4. This acts as a healing potion, so I can give it to the monsters. You can have it for yourselves. It's also tradable, so if someone donates to say I want it to go to Alder, or you are playing, you get it, but you can transfer it and give it to someone else should you wish to. Then there are minor mayhems, and I've been having a little sort of play around with these. And if I go to here, and if you, by the way, anybody in chat can do the exclamation mark and call any of these up. The donate one is exclamation donate. The mayhem one is sort of mayhem. I can't spell mayhem. It's okay. Imagine what this is going to be.
Maybe we'll
like.
get a ham.
Yeah, maybe. So I've called that up. If you look in chat, you can see there's a D10 there. We roll a D10 and it might be one of those things. I've only playing around with these. I might change what they do. Then there is an NPC chaos drop. Basically, someone donates for an NPC to arrive and we randomize that. There's a number of NPCs there as well. A blessing or a bane, a party boom, or a random encounter. I'll have random encounter charts set up as well. Then these will be the higher level of donations because it gets a little crazy. Deck of Madness, a modified version of the Deck of Many Things, as we don't just want to end the stream there and then. We draw a card and go, oh, that's it, game over, thank you very much. Maybe we'll have that in case we do get very, very tired. Only joking, you're here for 24 hours. Then the Wrath, or Thar's Wrath that is unleashed. An apex monster crashes into the dungeon early. This is bad news, but the person who donates, the level of donation for this will certainly get their money's worth, and you might be needing some of those extra characters. Oh, you might wish to flee from that area. And then finally, the Lore Vault will unlock a secret hidden level. It will add not necessarily a little time onto the 24 hours that we're doing, but it might give you opportunity to explore, find some of those items that you actually might need, potentially give you some additional experience so you hit higher levels of experience. So those are some ideas. Kyle messaged me with some other ideas as well, like wild magic surges and the like. So between now and next session, please come to our Discord. I'm going to stick it into chat now. Hopefully this link is working as well. Look in the chat, interact with us, suggest things that you might like to see for your hard-earned money that hopefully you are wanting to donate. And I'll just quickly call up the charities again that we are supporting, which is the Trussell Trust, Doctors Without Borders, and Gendered Intelligence. We have set up 3 separate links, so you can choose exactly who you want your money to go to. The main reason for that is I'm too lazy to get all of the money and then split it in thirds to hand out. It's much better that you know where things are going to, and it's all transparent as well. There's no favoritism or anything. You literally get to donate where you want your money to go to. Well, any final thoughts? It's almost game time. I'm excited. Are you? Michael, we'll start off with you. Any thoughts, any fears, any wishes?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
It's 10 o'clock. This does not bode well. But I'm this vacant in the. My fear is the heat. I hope it will
The heat.
be cooler.
Well, the good
that
news
point.
is that
But no, looking forward to it. Very much looking forward.
at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be about as cool as it gets during those 2 days. So something to look forward to. Small mercies, eh? What about you, Natascha?
Yeah, I've played Moon Druids before, but never one like this. Basically, completely focused or locked into one shapeshift form. Well, he's might have a surprise for it one. I have all the stat blocks already. I have spell cards as well. I just need to get them from upstairs. So I will come prepared for this one.
Perfect. What about you, Kyle?
Oof, sitting still for 24 hours. I can do 8 every day, but I'm not sure I can manage 24. I'll be bouncing up and down by it.
Again, in transparency, we're going to, because we're doing the sessions in 3-hour stints, we will have 5 to 10 minutes break between each one. This allows you to rehydrate, get some food, rest, but that's going to be it. But in all seriousness, your well-being, all of your well-being comes first. And if some of you start flagging, that's absolutely fine. You can go, miss a segment if you want, come back if you feel up to it. There's no pressure on any of you to stay and go. Who knows? I might collapse. You never know. I've done 24 hours a good number of times, especially back when we was running the store, but that was quite a long time ago now. So
I remember.
yeah, no, we will see.
So
I was
who are you
in one.
nominating to pick up if that happens?
No, I mean, I've not got it. I mean, if one of you want to step in, you can do. Don't get me wrong, I'm fully intending to do 24 hours. But anything could happen. So in seriousness, if you start feeling sort of, fatigued and ill, you take a break. There's no problem with it at all. Coming across to you, Ian. Any thoughts or anything else?
I just can't wait to get crack on with it.
Yeah.
I think it sounds like we've got a pretty good party to be starting with now. So
I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm very excited. And Jocelyn, I know that you're only joining us for a small segment. Hopefully you're going to hang out in chat as well. Watch what's going on if you've got time in between you playing. Any thoughts off you?
Absolutely. I love the character Minty that I played for a couple years until the game ended, and I love bringing him back tweaked a little bit. I just can't wait to get back in his shoes.
Perfect. So there we are. Thank you very much to you, fine players, for volunteering for this and for the last 3 sessions testing all of this out, and we're getting there. Some of the commands are working nicely now. The links seem to be working. Technology is almost there. It's all looking good, and these 2 weeks are just going to melt away, and suddenly you'll be surprised. It'll be midday on Sunday and you'll be thinking, oh, it's all over. Oh, maybe we should go for another 24 hours. Well, maybe you won't be thinking that. I probably will.
But you prepared just in case?
Well, I was going to do one of those donation rewards that we just continue going, but I thought, no, I'll be fair to you all. We won't do that. So, if you've liked what we've done, if you want to support Twisted Narrative myself, please sort of give us a follow, subscribe. This will be put onto YouTube tomorrow as well. I totally understand if you don't want to do that and get all those notifications, but please come and watch and support us. Give us all of the strength, all of the energy to get through the 24 hours in doing this. And even if that's all you can donate, that is certainly enough. Your love and support will be absolutely most welcomed. In the meantime, well, it's goodbye for now, and we will catch you all on Saturday, the 23rd of August. Bye for now.
Goodbye.